Down by the riverside. Once upon a time, there was a warhog who lived on the Great Plains. With its strong and powerful tusks, it defended the nation against predators and enemies. "We value your bravery and leadership," the nation said. "What would we do without you?" One day, the warhog's tusks broke. It realized that battles could no longer be won. "What can I do now?" asked the warhog as it walked by the riverside. And a little bird came and said, "I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside and study war no more." So the warhog laid down its sword and shield and began instead to labor for the community, using its strong hind legs to support its back carrying heavy loads. "We value your strength and service," said the community. "What would we do without you?" One day, the warhog's legs began to weaken. It realized the heavy loads could no longer be carried. "What can I do now?" asked the warhog as it walked along the riverside. And the little bird came and said, "I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside and study war no more." So the warhog laid down its burdens and began instead to search for a partner. The warhog found its perfect match and used the kindness in its eyes to cultivate love and family. "We value your loving gaze," said the family. "Who would we be without you?" Then one day, the warhog's partner died. It realized that with it, its eyesight was clouded by tears of sadness. "What can I do now?" asked the warhog as it walked along the riverside. And the little bird came and said, "I'm gonna lay down my sorrow down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sorrow down by the riverside and study war no more." And the warhog, though its eyes were still dim with tears, opened its ears and began to hear the sounds of those who lived on the banks of the river, who had no house, no family, and no work. Using its ears, the warhog listened to all the stories shared by these new friends. "We value your companionship and presence," said its friends. "Who would we be without you?" Until one day, the warhog itself fell ill. It lay on the riverbed with its broken tusks, its weakened legs, its clouded eyesight, and its now weakening ears. "What can I do now?" the warhog asked itself as it lay beside the river. And suddenly the warhog remembered the little bird's song and heard, "I'm gonna try on my gold gonna put on my golden crown down by the riverside and study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. As the warhog listened to the music fading away, it suddenly realized that it could hear the sound of its still beating heart, and it realized that it was worth something, not because it had led a nation or served its community, or because of whom it had loved or whom its friends were, but simply because it had existed and been a part of this world. The end.